Apex Igbo Sociocultural Organization, Ohanaeze has said that the northern part of Nigeria is one of the safest places for the Igbo ethnic group to live and do their business. This is according to the chairman of the group in the 19 northern states, Augustine Amechi, who spoke yesterday in Abuja. Daily Trust reported that Amechi, while acknowledging that there have been some skirmishes with their host communities, noted that it is unavoidable as it is expected in a developing economy. He said the agitation for secession coming from the southeast is a result of a lack of employment in the region, stressing that the Igbo need the north for their financial strength to be maintained. He said our elders are saying that even if the youth are agitating and angry, we need a restructure of Nigeria and not a division of Nigeria, because you can't sell what you produce in your village to make big sales like in Alaba markets in Lagos. On his own part, the President General of Ohanaeze, George Obiozor, called for peace and unity, adding that the Igbo nation is not at war with anybody, saying all we want is to be treated equally with other people. It is time for us to speak truth to power. We need peace and unity, and they can't be enough through propaganda, and transparency must be followed, he said. Okay. North is safest place for Igbo, according to Ohanaeze. Okay. But let's hear what people are saying. We have a different people, but at the end of the day, they will begin to say different things. In the real sense, everybody knows the reality. The issue is that referendum remain the only option for Biafra agitation. The people have to decide through voting. After voting process, we can discuss about restructuring or different separate nation, depending on the outcome. Nigeria is not working and cannot work under these present circumstances, but those who are benefiting believe that it's working. The North are doing everything possible that Nigeria never changed for better because they benefit from the system. So people are saying what they want to hear. But the truth is that the Southwest, South, and Southeast are ready, but the North are not interested. But the situation is becoming more difficult for them, and the reality is fast catching up with them. Let's see how far they will go in their lives. And again, when we talk about those who are benefiting, in the real sense, the real people in the North, the real people are, as like I've always said, they are the regular people, everyday people. But when you talk about the so-called the big wigs, the elites or whatever, the big men and whatever, they are the ones enjoying this whole thing. And what is the percentage of those people? And it's cut across board. It's like that everywhere. If you say the North, in the recent, if you say the North, the people who are suffering the most, they are their people. And that is what we have all over the place. But just that the kind of poverty and what the ignorance and the illiteracy over there, the percentage is higher compared to the South, the people in the South. But when you talk about the Southerners, also they are still, there's level of poverty and uncomfortable environments. So the so-called politicians across board, tell me which of all these politicians are poor across board? The only thing they are looking for is just to get a juicy position. We are this, we are that. Does all of those things reflect in the lives of the people? No. All these appointments here and there do not reflect in the lives of the people. So if you look at it deliberately, inwardly, you will see that the so-called Northerners, the everyday people too, they don't even know. Maybe they don't even know it that they are suffering, but because maybe that is what it has been sold to them. They don't see it as anything. They can continue to be voting for somebody who has been making their life uncomfortable or miserable. It does not matter. They just still believe that, the person is or maybe that is their own destiny or their fate. So if we say they are the ones enjoying this whole thing, no. But just that they have made them to believe that in as much position is or the leadership is tending towards them, they are good to go. It's unfortunate that almost everybody, groups and countries have lost interest and hope in Nigeria and her government already. With many years of experience in Nigeria, I have never seen a better Nigeria, and I strongly believed that Nigeria will never be better together. Referendum is a democratic tool for peace and unity. I vehemently admonish Ohanaeze in all totality for selling this false hope and narrative to its citizens, knowing and seeing all the dangers of doom pervading the skies of Nigeria, especially the north. Igbo everywhere in the north should be very wary of the past and properly guided. Use your tongue to count your teeth. No money is worth your precious lives. Igbo people, build your land. The issue is not about dividing Nigeria. Build your land. There is no place like home. Help your brothers prosper. Stop enslaving your family members and people because you want everyone to hold you in awe. Your land is your land. Don't be deceived by these politicians. The most useless group I have ever seen. They have lost respect for every reasonable person's Igbo. Most of them cannot even attend any public gathering in Igbo land, let alone in their various villages. The problem of Nigeria is caused by the ruling class politicians. Whenever the politicians look for political power, they will introduce an idea that will make the masses hate and fight each other. The hatred that Igbo, Yoruba, TV, Igala, Calabar people have for Fulanis was caused by the political elites. We Nigerians love each other, but politicians bring division into us. There is no village in Nigeria you cannot find a Hausa, Fulani, Igbo, and Yoruba people doing one business or the other. Politicians should leave Nigerians alone. The so-called elders are now are some of the saboteurs during the war, because with what the Igbos went through and still going through, they're still going through it, and they have the mind to discouraging the youth, show the high level of cowardness in them. And I don't think the ones that fought that war is among these so-called elders. It will be nice for you to shut your mouth for once and stop confusing the youth. What made the North to be the safest place to live in since 1966 to now? Do you know how many Igbos have been killed? Millions of souls have been lost in the North. It is better for us to stay hungry than to live with people who don't have regard for human lives. The Ohanaeze didn't know what people pass through, so let them relocate to the North and leave us alone. Enough is enough. Yes, that is very true. There are more than 20 to 30 million Igbo in the North living peacefully. Some even don't have an intention of returning to the South. Some doing business, studying, and some even work here. For example, Mr. Titus Eze sacking Hausawa of Sawaba, FM Adija, Jigawa State. We must learn how to live with one another. That is not the issue we are talking about. It goes beyond that. Live with one another. We live with one another. Let's call a spade a spade. Those who are bringing this country down, holding this country ransom, let's hold them accountable. That is what we are talking about. Anybody can live anywhere. All this whatever they are talking about, you can leave Nigeria and go to another place and say you want to take the citizenship of that place. That does not mean your place is not still there, because the way they are just painting everything as if the whole world will collapse. If you want one Nigeria, do the right thing. If you don't do the right thing, definitely the breakup is inevitable.